back to not my channel, hopefully. I'm V from V's Wild Art and I like to burn things. Well, what I mean to say is I like to burn large-scale wood burnings of endangered animals for wildlife conservation. This is Chicken, and Chicken thinks that she's gonna get some more cashews so that she can get some scream time, baby. Hey? So my channel consists of wood burning animals, vlogs, and mental health awareness, just so you know. So if you do want to be there. This is Chicken. She has only limited tricks. Say hello to the internet, people. Hello, internet. Hello. Yeah. Tickle, tickle. Yeah. Are they sexy? Yeah, they are. All right, now go to your perch. Jazza has made this awesome opportunity to show his audience what I got. Whether it's on his channel or mine, I just want to say hi to the new viewers and how you doing? I actually met Jazza at vidcon and I gave him my card and I told him if he would ever like some pyrography lessons to hit me up. But that boy has not slipped into my DMs. He has not contacted me. So I thought I have to burn him. I'm gonna burn him. Well, I'm gonna burn his art anyways. Tools. I was gonna go out and get a new soldering iron, and then I figured I have 4 at home. So this here is the soldering iron I am using. This isn't gonna be a tutorial on how to use the soldering iron. If you want to see that, I have made other videos in the past where I did soldering iron tip safety and techniques. So if you wanna go and watch those terribly filmed videos, they're going to be up in the cards somewhere, wherever the cards go. This here is the piece of artwork that I am going to be trying to recreate as a wood burning. He did this as a dark lines challenge, but I really like the composition. So I thought that I could add more detail and show you how I can get those colors into this piece of wood. We've just picked an A4 piece of wood. We're working on ply. Chicken agrees. This is good wood to work on. At this point in one of Jazza's tutorials, he would show you some tips and tricks and figure out the medium. Me, I know the medium. I work in the medium all day, every day. It's my life, it's my passion, it's my goals. As I do the wood burning, I am going to tell you 3 tips of basic pyrography. Just how to use a soldering iron. There are other tools such as a pyrography tool, which does have temperature control, and you can get into those down the track, but this is $20 and this is $500. Yeah, we're gonna work with a $20 one because we artists here and we cannot afford that sort of stuff. It was gifted to me and I'm loving it. Okay guys, let's get into the epic time lapse, hey? Yes. Time lapse away. So I started by drawing on the piece of wood with a watercolor pencil. Makes it easy to wash out, and also if you muck up it doesn't matter too much. It's not going to put too much pigment into the wood. Then I grabbed my soldering iron and I worked from the back to the front. So I sort of had an idea of where my lines were going to be and how much depth and shading I'm going to need. As promised, here is the first tip for soldering irons. They don't have a temperature gauge on them, which means that you can't make them hotter or colder, they just come at one temperature, which is all the way hot. Which does mean that if you want to get any different depths in the shading, you're going to have to use pressure. The harder you push in, the darker it's going to be. The lighter you press, the lighter it's going to be. Depending on the technique you want and the look of your art that you want, definitely it's all about the control. You know, it's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist. Get that one out of your head, I dare ya. Tip number 2 is to know what tool you want to use for what technique. As you just saw with the antlers, I actually had a different tip in the soldering iron. It had a rounded edge, which meant that I could curve off any sharp, jagged edges. But 90% of this is done with one tool. Always learn one tool and how to make that one tool do all of the things you want. Knowing it inside and out makes it a lot easier and more efficient to make art. Like I said, it's all in the wrist. The way you move it, the way you point it, the way you stab it, all of that comes with pyrography and probably carpal tunnel. But that's for later me to deal with. So now that I have all of my lines down and the contrast where I want it, so all of the burnt bits, I wet down the wood so that I have control over the pigment. This is a concentrated pigment. I'm using reactivated watercolors for the colors that aren't in wood stains. As you just saw, I flashed on screen, I'm now using wood stains. What? So your greens, your vibrant yellows, your reds, your blues, all of those, I use a concentrated pigment, so reactivated watercolors work really well because the idea isn't to paint on top of it, it is to stain the wood. So now you're going to see me stain the individual panels and try and keep as much lightness as I can without it bleeding into something else. I call it selective staining. I'm isolating different parts of the wood by controlling the water to make it look the way it does. That's the only way I can sort of explain it. So just watch as I layer the colors and try and create the depth that Jazza was able to, but with wood stains. While I'm working on the mid-tones and highlights and lowlights, I will tell you the final tip. The final tip is to definitely clean your tools. Make sure that you research how to clean the tool that you have because it will last longer and it will always burn smoother. I can't stress this enough. If any of you guys are curious as to how I did the highlights, I mixed acrylic paint and watercolor paint with a lacquer. It's a water-based lacquer that you would use for your patio decking, those sorts of things. But I mix it, and then when I actually lacquer the whole project, which you will see in a second, the highlights don't move because they are painted on top, not staining the wood like the rest. So here she is. Here it is, guys, my final Draw with Jazza artwork. Technically he was still Draw with Jazza when he did this. So let me know what you think about my recreation of Jazza's artwork. Definitely go and hit that subscribe button, and you should definitely tweet him that he needs to learn how to do pyrography and take me up on those pyrography lessons because that boy would do so well. Check out my Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye!
Bonus chicken!
Hey, you gonna jump? Parkour! Yeah! That's good, is it? Can I have some? Oh, thank you for sharing. Some more? Oh, you're so generous! I didn't even ask for that one. Oh, alright. Too much.